Imagine this, it is past midnight. The temperature has dropped to -20 degrees. Snow is falling so thick and fast that you cannot see your own hand in front of your face. You are alone, deep inside a forest that stretches for hundreds of miles in every direction. Your leg is injured, your phone is dead, and the last light from your flashlight flickered out 30 minutes ago. Now imagine that in that absolute darkness, two golden eyes open, watching you, just 10 feet away. That is exactly where Marcus Cole found himself on the night of the 14th of January. And what happened next would change everything he thought he knew about the wild and about life itself. Marcus was not a careless man. He had been hiking for 12 years. He knew these forests in the Canadian Rockies like most people know their own neighborhoods. He had camped in snowstorms before. He had navigated without GPS. He was experienced, prepared, and confident. But nature does not care about your confidence. What started as a routine winter trail hike turned catastrophic when a sudden whiteout storm rolled in 3 hours earlier than any forecast had predicted. Within minutes, the trail markers disappeared beneath fresh snow. The familiar trees began to look identical. Every direction felt like the wrong one. And when Marcus tried to backtrack, he stepped onto a hidden shelf of ice and went down hard. The fall was not dramatic. There was no cliff, no dramatic drop, just a quiet, brutal slip that sent him crashing into a frozen ravine. His ankle twisted with a sound he could feel in his teeth. He lay there for a long moment, staring up at a sky that offered no stars, no moon, nothing but darkness and falling snow. He tried to stand. The pain was immediate and sharp. He could walk, barely, but not fast, not far, and in a storm like this, slow meant one thing. Slow meant you didn't make it home. For the next 2 hours, Marcus pushed forward. He did not know which direction safety was. He only knew that stopping was death. His fingers had long since gone numb inside his gloves. His jacket, designed for cold weather, was soaked through from the fall. Every breath burned like ice in his lungs. He tried calling out. His voice disappeared into the snow as if it had never existed. He tried following the slope of the land, hoping it would lead him to lower ground, to a road, to something, but the forest seemed to have no end. Every clearing led to more trees. Every ridge led to another darkness. And then, around 2 in the morning, his body simply began to give up. He stopped walking. He leaned against the trunk of a massive pine tree, and he felt something that experienced hikers fear more than any predator. He felt warm, not the warmth of safety, the dangerous warmth that comes when hypothermia starts to take hold. When your body stops fighting the cold and starts to surrender to it. Marcus slid slowly down the trunk until he was sitting in the snow. His eyes grew heavy. And somewhere in the back of his mind, a quiet voice told him that if he closed his eyes here, he would never open them again. He was about to stop fighting, and that is when he heard it. A single low sound, not a howl, not a growl, something between the two, a presence announcing itself in the dark. Marcus's eyes opened. Every hair on his body stood. And there, standing in the snow not 10 feet away, were two golden eyes, glowing in the darkness like small lanterns. His first instinct was fear, pure, primal fear that flooded his veins and, ironically, pushed the dangerous warmth away. His heart hammered. His body, forgetting its exhaustion for one powerful moment, tensed and readied itself. But the wolf did not move toward him. It was large, a true lone wolf, gray and white, its thick winter coat dusted with snow. It stood completely still, watching Marcus with an expression that was impossible to read. Not aggressive, not curious in the way a curious animal moves, with tilted heads and cautious steps. This wolf simply watched, patient and deliberate, as if it had been looking for him specifically. And then it did something Marcus would spend the rest of his life trying to explain. It turned, took 3 slow steps into the darkness, then stopped and looked back at him. Marcus did not move. The wolf turned again, walked further, and looked back again. Every instinct Marcus had, all 12 years of outdoor experience, screamed at him that this made no sense. Wolves avoid humans. They do not approach injured men in blizzards. They do not stop and wait. And yet, he had nothing left to lose. The alternative was sitting against that tree and never waking up. So Marcus, slowly and painfully, pushed himself to his feet. He took 1 step forward, then another. The wolf began to walk. What followed was unlike anything Marcus had ever experienced. The wolf moved steadily through the forest, never running, never moving so fast that Marcus fell behind. When Marcus stumbled over a hidden root and fell to his knees, the wolf stopped. It waited without a sound. When Marcus rose again, the wolf continued. It led him around fallen trees Marcus would have walked into blind. It steered him away from the ice-covered creek bed that, in the dark, looked like flat ground, but would have swallowed him whole. It chose paths through the snow that were firm underfoot, places where previous animals had packed the ground solid, paths that Marcus's numb feet could navigate without sinking with every step. The wolf never came close. It never allowed itself to be touched, but it never disappeared either. Always just visible, always just enough ahead to follow, always looking back. For 40 minutes, Marcus followed those 2 golden lanterns through the dark. He stopped thinking. He stopped trying to figure out directions or logic, or what any of this meant. He simply followed, step after painful step, through the snow and the cold and the dark. And then, a light, not eyes this time, a real light, orange and steady, the distant glow of a road lamp, barely visible through the trees. Marcus stopped breathing for a moment. His eyes filled with tears that froze almost immediately on his cheeks. He looked toward the light, and then he turned back to look at the wolf. The wolf was standing still, watching him one last time. And then quietly, without ceremony, it turned and walked back into the forest, back into the darkness, back into the wild. Within 20 minutes, Marcus had reached the road. A passing driver stopped and got him help. He was treated for mild hypothermia and a badly sprained ankle. He recovered fully, but he never forgot those eyes. There is something the wild understands that we have slowly forgotten. We have built walls between ourselves and nature. We have told ourselves that the wilderness is something to be conquered, something dangerous, something beneath the intelligence and dignity of a civilized human being. And in doing so, we have become arrogant in the worst possible way, arrogant toward the very world that made us. Marcus Cole went into that forest believing he was prepared for anything. He was wrong, and a wolf, a creature with no reason to help him, no language to communicate with him, and no guarantee of safety for itself, chose to help him anyway. Maybe loyalty is not a human invention. Maybe wisdom does not always come with words. Maybe the most profound guides in our lives will never ask for anything in return. Maybe the wild does not hate us. Maybe it has simply been waiting patiently for us to stop being so sure that we already know everything. The next time you stand at the edge of a forest, listen, not with your phone, not with your maps, not with your certainty. Just listen. Because sometimes the most important voice in the darkness is one that doesn't speak at all.